Dear students, today in this video we will learn about direct and indirect speech, or sometimes always referred to as direct and indirect narration. So if you talk about what is narration, narration is an act of representing the words of a speaker. That is how you are representing the way the person has spoken. And there are two main ways of reporting the words of a speaker. And those two main ways are direct and indirect speech. Let's look into each of them in detail. So what is a direct speech? So a direct speech is the actual words of a speaker that are quoted as it is without any change. The exact words of the speaker are enclosed in the inverted commas or quotation marks. For example, Yogesh was studying when his friend John came and John asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I am studying." Now, if John wants to report what Yogesh said, then he can say, Yogesh said, comma, inverted commas begin, "I am studying," inverted commas close. So this is the direct speech. I am studying is the direct speech. Here you can see the quotation marks. Said is the reported verb here and studying is the reported speech. So the quotation marks, that is the inverted commas opening and closing, has been specified. Let's look into one more example. She was wearing a skirt. Ashish asked, "What color skirt are you wearing?" She said, "I am wearing a white skirt." Now, if Ashish wants to report what Rita said, then Rita said, comma, inverted commas begin, "I am wearing a white skirt," commas close. So this is direct speech as words are, as it is without any modification. So hope you are clear with your direct speech. Now let's understand what is indirect speech. Here the actual words of the speaker are transformed and they are said or written in a simple language. Now why do we need indirect speech? The reason for the change is to avoid confusion while using a direct speech in reporting. Let's take the examples that we took in the direct speech and convert them into indirect speech. Example, Yogesh said, "I am studying." This is the direct speech. Now we have to convert this sentence into indirect speech. And the sentence will be, Yogesh said that he was studying. That he was studying. What are the changes that we can identify here? First is the removal of the inverted commas. Second is the change of tense. You can see present has become past tense. And the third is the use of conjunction, that is that. This word, this is known as a conjunction, which is joining the two sentences together. Let's look into another example that we saw earlier. Rita said, "I am wearing a white skirt." Converting this into indirect speech, this will become, Rita said that she was wearing a white skirt. Again, what are the changes that we can see? Here also, first, the removal of the commas are taking place. That is the inverted commas for the opening and the closing. Second one is the change of the tense. Third is the use of conjunction, that. I hope you are clear with the fundamental difference of direct and indirect speech. Let's quickly revise what we have learned in this video. So what is a narration? Narration is an act of reporting the words of a speaker, and then we discussed as there are two ways of achieving it, and the two ways of achieving are direct and indirect. So direct is the indirect speech. The actual words of the speaker are quoted as it is without any change, and the exact words of the speaker are enclosed in the inverted commas. Whereas in indirect speech, it is finally in indirect speech, the actual words of the speaker, they are transformed and they are said to be written in a simple language.